Hey there. Don't mind me. I have a little bit of a cold. It's actually like the flu or something. Anyway, I want to make something very, very apparent. And let me start this off by stating a few points here. When you have an interaction with somebody from a group of people that you are not associated with. So if you're white and you have an experience with a black person, or if you're black and you have an experience with white people, or if you're a Christian and you have an experience with Muslims, or vice versa, and so forth and so on. You will tend to associate your experience with that one person with the group of people as a whole. And this is where racism stems from. So when a black person has a bad experience with a white person, sometimes that person may become racist against white people, and vice versa. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because you can't label a group one way just because of your experience with one person. You can't do it. It's not fair. It doesn't make sense. There are many personalities in large groups of people. That being said, that light really makes me look bad. That being said, I can definitively say, without a doubt, that the biggest group of complete, domesticated, sissified pussies are, in fact, Democrats. They have got to be the weakest group of people on the planet in which we reside. And it's crazy because I came from that party, and my way of thinking has changed 180 degrees. If there were a further variation of degrees from in which I came, that's where I would be today compared to where I used to be. My train of thoughts have changed. My physical attributes have changed. The things I once loved, I now hate. The things I used to not care about, not necessarily hate, but the things that I did not give two shits about in the past, which was everything except for myself, I now love. And I will tell you, I may not have been physically a pussy, but I was spiritually, intellectually, and all around as a person, a weak, lonely individual. Even though I was very popular and I had a lot of friends, I was still very lonely. You know, they call them godless commies for a reason. This is because they are godless and they are commies. So yeah, you can't sum up a group of people because of one bad apple. You can't blame the entirety of the Jews because of some Zionist viewpoint that this one guy with a yarmulke hat on. And you can't label every black person as a thug because you ran into a thugged out gangster in the mall with his pants below his knees and a gun poking out of his pocket and he bumped you in the hallway. You can't label every single white person as white trash because there are many who aren't. And I don't care what you label anybody as. I don't care what you label me as or anybody or any group. They're just labels and they mean nothing. But that's just to give you a background in where my explanation of Democrats is coming from. You know, you can't label all these other groups as one thing because of one bad apple, but I can guarantee you that every Democrat is the most sissified, domesticated pussy that there is on the face of this planet.